Welcome back to my channel. Today we're outside Cuevas de San Marcos. You leave Cuevas de San Marcos, come down to the Henio, cross the Henio, and here in the campo is a large factory. The factory was owned by a family. I'll tell you the story coming up to a certain point when we'll have a walk around the factory. Our story starts with Manuel Villén Castro, an olive farmer in Rute. He had one son. He was farming in the 1900s. In 1879 he decided to leave all his belongings, all his industry, to his son, Manuel Villén Luque. Manuel had lots of ideas. Manuel was a business person in mind. Manuel took over the business, and in the same year he registered the olive oil that they produced from their press outside Rute. It was Cortijo La Muralla. You can still get the olive oil in the area today. After doing the olive oil, Manuel had an idea to increase the productivity of the business. So behind me is the factory that Manuel had built. Here in the countryside, outside Cuevas de San Marcos. With the factory, he built his own accommodation, which is across the road. The family lived across the road from the factory. The people in Cuevas de San Marcos were employed to work at the factory. So where there used to be a boat taking people across the Henio before the dam was constructed, now there's a bridge. There's the Puente de Barca, the boat bridge. It was named because the boat was there originally, so now it's the boat bridge. So the people could come from Cuevas de San Marcos across to the factory to work easily. Manuel, being an astute businessman, he was looking at new things that the industry was coming out with, and he realised that there was a new extraction process for the olives to get more olive oil out of the olives. Manuel invested in this new process. Within this factory, the new equipment was installed. So not only now did they produce olive oil on the mills, they also produced extra oil, which they made into soap. So now this factory was an olive oil and soap factory, all using the same initial ingredients, but two different things coming out of the factory. Manuel also invested in tobacco. There was tobacco plantations locally. They're no longer here. But Manuel invested money in the tobacco plantations, knowing that tobacco would be a big thing in the future. Manuel also opened a private bank and insurance company. So now he got olive oil, soap, the mill for milling other people's olives, insurance and banking, and tobacco. So he was getting quite a big business person. Manuel used to loan money to the elite in Cuevas de San Marcos. Use his bank to loan money to the people in Cuevas de San Marcos. So he thought well ahead of his time. This factory is his brainchild for this area. We'll have a walk around the factory. I want to see if there's a date stamp on the factory anywhere, because I've searched on the internet and I can't seem to find anywhere that tells me when the factory was actually built. I know he took over the company in 1878, but when the factory was built, I don't know. So what we'll do, we'll have a walk around, see if we can see anything, and I'll catch you in a minute on our walk. Okay. See you in a minute. Okay, let's start our walk, see what we can see of the factory. There's a wall down here in front of me, so we're heading that way. I'll turn you around so you can see where we're going. It's quite a big factory. It seems quite modern in its build, so I'm wondering if it was quite a while after 1878 that he had this place built. You've got this tower construction, but no, that's a door. And that's all it is, it's a tower, it's a chimney just goes straight to the top. I would guess it's for burning off leaves and things. Looks like we've got a water reservoir in front of us, which presumably with the olives you need quite a bit of water. It is a factory literally constructed in the middle of nowhere. The Villén family. Manuel the son had 2 sons himself. They would later go on to inherit the business. We'll have a look this way. I won't be going up any stairs, that's for sure. This was a hive of activity once. Olive oil and soap being produced. The circles in the roof, they must have been storage for olive oil. I'm guessing that tankers would have reversed in here to take the olive oil. Cooking area in here. Probably the soup. It's probably soup and the kitchen area. Don't know. All the ceilings are foaming. Here's an electrical substation belonging to the factory. These are the towers you see around Isnaka Lake, and people think they're part of the castle. They're actually electrical substations. I thought I could hear water going to the other side. So one of the reasons that the factory is built here is because they've got natural water springs. And I'm guessing that the factory date is underneath all that ivy, which is a bit annoying. Somebody's definitely restoring part of this building. On YouTube videos that I've looked at, there was no roof on there. So somebody's definitely restoring. Horse trough. No longer got water. the arroyo's dry behind. I brought Daisy with me today and her brother Danny, another drone. Danny's a larger drone, he's got more flight time, better cameras. I might send Danny up just to give you an idea of the size of this area and how remote it is too. Up on the hill there, it's Cave of Spalda, where we did a video last year. Further downstream are the water wheels that the Arabs initiated in the area for irrigation. We'll get Danny up. Okay, so I suppose some of you are thinking, what happened to the family? Why is the business in ruins? Well, Miguel did a really good job. He built the business up. He was one of the most wealthy businessmen in the area. When he retired, he handed over the business to his sons. His sons didn't agree on how to run the business. So one son took over the banking and the insurance side of the business, and the other son took over the factory with the soap and the olive oil. The businesses carried on running for a while, and then the factory business, the son decided he needed more investment. Things weren't going too well. Things were happening within the government and things weren't going too well. People weren't as wealthy as they were. So he decided to put some investment in the business and see if he could boost business. So he borrowed 500,000 pesetas off a businessman, not his brother. Not his brother, because they'd already fell out. They weren't really speaking. So they fell out. So he didn't borrow off his brother, he borrowed off another wealthy businessman. During the term of the repayment of the loan, the wealthy businessman died. And his successors wanted the money. They wanted repayment of the loan now. Obviously, they couldn't repay the loan in time. And all the stress and all the problems, the brother died. The brother died, leaving a wife and 8 children. Everything went to court, went to litigation. And it took over 10 years to sort out who owed what and who owed this. In the meantime, the factory went bankrupt. It stopped. Everything stopped. The people who were running the factory went back to Rute and started back at the roots, picking olives, processing olives. The olive oil that was first registered in 1878 is still available from the other farm in Rute. It's still registered to the family. They still produce that olive oil. You might ask what happened to the brother with the banking. Well, the brother with the banking, it got taken over by the Banca Cordoba. And then the Banca Cordoba got bought out by a load of investment people in 1964. So the brother no longer got a business. I don't know what happened to him afterwards. I would guess he was still quite well off. I don't know what happened to him afterwards. But the family who had the factory here are now up in Rute and still working. And the family is still working, still producing the olive oil. So I hope you've liked this little history talk. If you have, let me know in the comments. If you like some more like this, let me know. I've still got about 8 walks to do, but it's really hot. And I'm waiting for the cool weather because they're a bit longer walks. And for longer walks, I need a lot longer time because I'm not as sprinty as I used to be. So let me know in the comments, please, what you'd like. Walking, bit of history lesson, kayaking, motorcycling. You let me know and I'll see what I can do. I'll try and figure something around everything. Okay. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk today. It's walk around a factory and a bit of a history lesson. But it just shows you you can start from nothing. You can work your way up. You can be the wealthiest person in the area, employing lots and lots of people. Lots of people depending on him for the properties, for the houses. They rented the houses off him. They got the wages off him. Everything was linked into the family. And then through a quarrel, an inter-family quarrel, everything went wrong. And lots and lots of people were let down. But that's just how it is. That's history. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. And I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care. Thank you very much.